The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to our webinar on selling your home in 2020, presented by Kathi Verbeek and Arlene Bianco. Last month, some of you may have attended our webinar when Kathi taught everyone how to purchase their first home. And this month, she, along with Arlene, will be giving information on how to price and market your home to get the most exposure and the best offer. My name is Sharon Ryan, and I work in the alumni office. And if you have any questions, please feel free to type them in. So right now is probably a really good time to get your home on the market if you're looking to sell. Whether you're downsizing or moving on up, this is the time to learn about current market trends, understanding how to see your home through the buyer's perspective, and how to get the best offer on your home. So before I introduce today's presenters, I'd like to go over how this webinar will work for those of you who haven't attended before. First of all, you should be able to see the presentation on your computer screen right now. You should be able to hear me on your computer's audio system. And once again, please feel free to ask questions by typing them in. You have a little question box. We're going to be monitoring your questions and we'll answer them at the end of the webinar, or if possible, and if it's appropriate, we'll answer during the presentation. Any questions not answered in today's webinar will be addressed after it is completed. So once again, feel free to type them in. And now I would like to introduce today's topic and speaker. Kathi Verbeek is part of the Keller Williams Town Life team in Tenafly, New Jersey. She joined Keller Williams after an extensive and successful business career as a senior executive in major operations in New York City. Kathi has also been a guest speaker for the Successful Business and Professional Communication class here at WP. Kathi is married to WP alumnus Bob Verbeek, class of '95, and she resides in Leonia, New Jersey, in the home her parents built for their family. Arlene Bianco is a licensed New Jersey real estate representative with Keller Williams Town Life. She is a member of the Greater Bergen County Board of Realtors. Arlene prides herself on meeting your needs and will do everything possible to explain and simplify the home buying and selling process for you. So now I would like to introduce our presenters, Kathi Verbeek and Arlene Bianco.
Sharon, thank you so much for allowing us to take this time this afternoon. And I want to say thank you for all of you that are on the webinar today and allowing us to join you during your lunch hour. I'm Kathi Verbeek, and today Arlene and I are going to take you through an overview of how to sell your home. And we are going to go through the following components on our agenda. So we'll touch on economic indicators and market trends. We want to talk about considerations to get your home sold, how to price and market your home successfully, and of course, choosing the right listing agent.
So if you're thinking of selling your home, hi everybody, my name is Arlene, and if you're thinking of selling your home, it can be very exciting. It also can be very challenging. We would like to start with your motivation and figure out why you want to sell the home. When we meet with our clients, we talk to them and get to know what their goals are. Everyone does have different reasons for selling, and most of our sellers always fear that they're going to be homeless, where they're going to go when they do sell. So we coordinate, strategize the whole buying and selling process. And what we do is very unique for each of our clients, but it's a good plan that you have to make sure you take in place. So basically, we're going to just ask, what is your motivation? We would like to ask if everybody could weigh in. Are you looking to downsize? Are you looking to upsize, meaning go with a larger house? Or as we call it, the right size. What is the right size, just right for you and your needs and where you want to be? So Sharon, if we could ask them to weigh in their options of where they are in the process.
Sure. If you all want to write down, just type in your little thing. If you're going to be downsizing, upsizing, right sizing, or moving for another reason, if you could let us know, just so we can see who's on the webinar and what their needs are. Okay, we have someone's downsizing. Another person is looking to relocate out of state, downsizing and possibly retiring. Okay. Another downsizing. So we got the downsizing people here. Oh, here's
Terrific.
more. Downsizing, right sizing, downsizing. All right, downsizing and right sizing. Wow. So we got a lot of downsizers and a lot of right sizers.
Excellent. So we have a nice mix there going on. That's always, we do come up with, then why we ask what everybody's motivation is, because it is unique upon themselves, just as their house is. And one of the great things that we do, we can help people whether they're international or domestic, and we're able to help people wherever they want to go. So we're able to keep it as smooth and stress-free as possible.
So I'd like to take a few moments and I want to talk about the economic indicators and market trends. So first of all, let's talk about economic indicators. So this really speaks to, based on what these are and how they can impact homes, seller and buyer confidence. So some of the key factors that we look at and what's expected for this year: unemployment is projected to continue to stay low. Mortgage interest rates are expected to stay low, and that's important to you twofold as a seller. So first of all, what that does is, with lower interest rates, potential buyers looking to buy your home, it gives them more buying power, which means they can spend more on the home versus paying more on interest rates. When the interest rates go up, for every point it goes up, potentially there's about 10% of a reduction in how much a buyer can pay. So certainly interest rates being lower are very beneficial if you're looking to sell this year. The second thing is, purely if you have an existing mortgage, is refinancing yourself. You may be in a position now that it's a good time to look and see, based on when you originally got that mortgage or home equity line, that by refinancing you could get a lower monthly payment and ultimately pay less money over time. Home inventory is showing a modest improvement. Now, why is that important for you as a seller? So limited home inventory is in your favor because it gives you an opportunity. It really means less competition. So when your house is on the market, and we do have lots of buyers, so if you go on the market this spring, you have a real opportunity to get that home sold. Wage growth continues, and new construction was on the rise in 2019 and continues in 2020. And that really speaks to confidence in real estate and confidence in our building and construction community. So all positive indicators of a healthy market to consider selling your home, and also buying your home if you're someone who will not only be selling but buying.
Kathi, Arlene, if I may, I just want to interrupt for 2 seconds. One person did say something very interesting, that they want to take advantage of the buyer's market, because this person has a 2-family rental property and is now thinking of selling. And so the mortgage rates and the buyer's market seems to work for that person.
Absolutely. And that's what's always the benefit, is because when the house prices are up, you're buying high, selling, and selling high, buying a little bit higher, but you've made it on the sale side. When the interest rates are so low, it's such a great time to take advantage of being able to purchase. So if you're going to sell, most people have to go somewhere, and you would be able to buy with the lower interest rates.
Thank you.
So I just want to, on the right-hand side there, we were zeroing in on William Patterson because I know how dear and near it is for all of you. What we actually do is zero in like that on your particular home. Everybody's located in different areas that it's on this webinar. And since we are an international company, we are able to really zero in and know the market trends for the particular town that you're located in. So in a nutshell, it is a great time for, real estate is still a source of wealth, especially with all the economic issues right now with the S&P, and real estate does remain strong.
So we're going to talk some generalities today on market trends. And the reason for that is, Arlene just said it, it's specific to your area and town or neighborhood, depending on how type of vicinity that you live in. And it also can be impacted by the time of year you just decide to list your home. for sale. So the key statistics and trends that we review and that we take a look at as agents, but also would review with you as the client, is to understand the number of homes on the multiple listing service, what's active out there, that's your competition, what's under contract, that's your competition that just actually now is getting close to the closing table, what's sold within the last 6 to 12 months to understand that, and also expired, what stayed on the market and didn't sell and perhaps why it didn't sell. We look at our transactions up or down, and then again, this is specific to your area or town or neighborhood. We do look at the list price to sale price ratio for homes that sold in your town or neighborhood. And we look at days on market. And typically when we look at days on market, that actually is done based on different price ranges. And understand with days on market, we often use that. It's considered a thermometer to gauge the temperature of the market. And those days are calculated based on from the moment that the house goes on the market to the point that an offer is accepted. So we took some results from a survey that was taken across the country, and we honed in on the Northeast. And what they're saying is 71% polled in the Northeast felt 2020 is the right year to sell their home. And you can see here on the screen that we have it broken out by generation. And you can see where there is high confidence from the young baby boomers at 80% to our millennials at 68%. And it could be with millennials, I'm just supposing that they may not have been in their home long enough and are, waiting to sell for their next life change. Overall, though, the country, there's a positivity that 2020 is a good year to sell.
So we're going to talk a little bit about when is the right timing for you and for your family, because like I said before, we create unique timelines for each individual client that we deal with. Do you need to sell and buy at the same time? Do you need to sell before you're able to buy? Do you want to be able to buy where you're going and then sell? It's really up to the individual person, and your house and your plan is just for you and to meet your needs. And our proven strategies and systems make it easy for you to do just that. We will put together a strategy with you, and together we come up to make this transition as smooth as possible. And our team is really a safety net for you. We are with you every step of the way, and you can consider us as your key partners and your team, and like we are the project managers. A sampling of these key partners are basically the listing agent. We keep you right in the middle, but the listing agent, as we would be that for you. We make sure that you use a real estate attorney. Whether you use us or not, please take heed in that. The real estate attorney is key, because if it's a litigator and they don't really do real estate and they just do it on the side, makes for a challenging conversation with the negotiations that go by. We do have a stager, and by that we just mean, we can be your stager. We're not asking you to spend a lot of money, but we could also bring in a stager that goes in. I just want to briefly mention these because I will dive deep into them a little bit later. We definitely always use professional photography. That's your first showing online. We want to make sure that you know our marketing. We are marketing specialists, plus we have a nice marketing team behind us. And we encounter real estate issues daily, and we know all the ins and outs for you. And a home improvement resource, we have quite a few of those for you. And just want you to be aware of what we're able to do for you.
So Arlene just took you through the individual partners that are critical to this process. I just want to step back and talk briefly and give you a brief aerial view of the home selling process and how it all ties together. So this is a visual of the selling process, and it really illustrates the big milestones in the selling journey. And they fit nicely into the key partners that Arlene spoke about, and we'll go into further detail. This is, as you all know, a very big emotional and financial decision that you're making, and our role is there to help you every step of the way. There actually are, I think it's over 100, and Arlene may know the number better than me, of steps that we actually go through to help you get your home sold. And it's our jobs to be able to make sure that through this process, we are helping you understand the process, understanding the different stages, and then also helping you anticipate what's next so that we make the transition as smooth as possible. So what this all ties into is the importance of choosing the right agent, and that definitely makes all the difference in the world. So here, you know, as a seller, our jobs are to act as a consultant for you and to listen to your needs. This is really all about you and what your goals are and how we can help you to get to achieve your goals. Our role is to represent you as the seller and represent your best interests. We have a fiduciary responsibility to you, which means that we're sharing information with you and making sure that you're fully abreast of everything that's going on and that our allegiance is to you as the seller. We negotiate on your behalf. Once that offer comes in, when we're in home inspection, etc., the different stages of the process, we are there on your behalf to guide you, give you questions for you to think about, and then be able to be your voice to the buying side so that we can get to a satisfactory result. We recommend professionals, as Arlene mentioned before, and we do that on two levels. If it's something that you're looking for resources, we can certainly share people that we know and feel good about. But in addition to that, you may need us to step in because the plumber is coming and you've got a big meeting that day. And we do that for our clients. We can be there to help be an additional resource for you and step in on those times to make things get done. And one of the most important things is communicating, and our jobs and what we have is we put in a regular protocol of communication because it's really important as a seller that you are kept informed of what's happening. So as we go through the process, as we have buyers come into your home, open houses, we're giving you all of that information. Now, on the right-hand side of the screen, just want to touch on these things. So a basic level of service when you're listing your house is that as an agent, we put a sign on in the yard. We put it on the multiple listing service, which is also called MLS, so that it's out there posted. And honestly, pray that it sells. We want to send positive thoughts. And we're very positive about, we know we can get your home sold. But as your agents, we go above and beyond. So it's not enough to do those three things. What we do in addition is, for you, the seller, is we actually go out and are proactive about prospecting for buyers. That means reaching out to key real estate agents that we know that have interest in the neighborhood that your home is in and the type of home that you have. That means contacting the neighborhood to find out if they have anyone who would like to move in the neighborhood. So we are proactive with that. It's also very important that we keep abreast of what's happening in the market and that we understand the competition. And so we price watch and we share that as part of our communication so that you're aware of what's going on in case we need to give you some guidance of some decisions you might need to make about how your home is positioned. Ultimately, we want this to be a partnership together as your agents and you as the seller, that you feel that you can trust and have confidence in us helping you to get your home sold. So we wanted to touch on why Arlene and I both chose KW. And you can see right at the top, the #1 reason is culture. We are, this company is, continues to be, it's not your traditional real estate company. It continues to grow. We are not just in the local New Jersey market, we are in across the country, and we have become an international, so we are a global company. We have the most consultants, and our offices continue to grow. And you know, some of the reasons that culture is so fantastic here and what they provide us with, which ultimately means we're providing it to you as your agents, is there's teamwork. So not only do you get the listing agent, but you also get a network of Keller Williams agents that will help to get the home sold. We have state-of-the-art technology. There's been a huge investment made in technology, and we know that's the name of the game of how people are using the internet as part of their search. The track record of the company. We've got top sales and top transactions across the country. Knowledge. This is an education company and provides us with an amazing amount of education for us to keep abreast of the latest techniques, as well as the industry and the market, and the reliability that we will deliver. What we promise, we will deliver. So considerations to get your home sold. This is really a recipe, and the recipe, the components of this is property type, location, condition. Those three things ultimately influence how we're going to market and price your home. And you can see here on this next slide, as we review this with you, as a seller, what type of property do you have? And you can see the different types here. As a seller, what is the location of your home? Are you located in urban or suburban area? Is your home, how close is it to school? Is your home close to houses of worship? Is your home located on a busier, quiet street, etc.? And then condition. Is your home newer construction? Did it just get recently renovated? Is your home move-in ready? Or may it require a few cosmetic changes? Is it a fixer-upper and you want to sell it as is? What type of amenities do you have? Do you have a pool? Do you have an in-home gym? All those different things can be factored in as we ultimately look at the strategy to employ with you on an individual basis on how to market and price your home.
And if we can dive deep a little bit more on this marketing strategy that we use, I just want to talk to you about the staging and photography, and we can use what you have to make suggestions to optimize to get your home the best top dollar. So we kind of go through your house, and we might, suggest that you move one table from one room, put it into the other, really so it captures what best highlights the features of your home. We also, talk about postcards and flyers. We highlight your home for the best features, drive the traffic to your home. It really does make a difference on how we reach out to our prospective buyers and get your home's exposure. We talk about social media. It's, top of mind for everybody right now, and it really does extend the reach to the potential buyers. And we are always, like Kathi said before, prospecting daily. We call, whether it be rental complexes, we will, see if there's buyers. We do call people neighborhood-wise. There's always somebody that seems to know somebody who wants to move into the neighborhood, and whether they have a relative or a friend. So we reach out to people, and we do prospect daily. We have our internet exposure. Most people use the internet to explore where they want to live, what type of lifestyle they want. So they really key into the area and whether they're looking for, they don't have to use their car once they get there. They want to be able to walk to places. Or are they looking to have, acreage so they don't have any neighbors and they're concerned with their privacy. And we do prospecting. What we do is we email, text, call daily our databases to find you your next home or your possibly a second home. If you are looking to just sell outright and then not purchase, that's fine too, because when we do that, we're just finding what your needs are, and we go from there. Now, when you're looking at this, we're talking about staging a little bit here. And yes, these pictures look fabulous. And, we do various forms and options of staging. And there's various levels that we can do with staging. But I want you to understand we are very budget conscious, as you should be. And it is house specific. And it's your determination of what you want to be able to do or not to do. 17% on average, we have found that stage homes do sell for more, and they sell faster than the homes that have not been staged. And that just might mean tweaking a little things. We really want to make sure your home is shown in the best possible light to prospective buyers to get you the top dollar, shortest amount of time with the best terms. Just think about it. You really do want to create a warm and inviting environment when people are walking through your home, focusing on the best architectural features and selling points of your home. Basically, the reason that somebody else might fall in love with your home might be the same reason you fell in love with it and you decided to buy it. Now, when we're talking about staging, we're talking about cleaning and declutter. We all know when we're cleaning, it's a matter of we kind of move something we clean underneath it and put it right back. But we really want to declutter and remove those distractions. We would like it if you walk through your home tonight and just look around with a fresh pair of eyes. Actually pretend that you are a buyer walking into your own home. Make sure that you look as a buyer might look. And we have basic level of staging is to just declutter things, clean it out, declutter it, put things away. Understand though, when you are selling your home, people might be looking into the closets, so you can't stuff everything in the closets. We do work with quite a few different organizations that you could use. You might want to think about getting a pod, or you might want to think about a storage facility. But when we walk with you through your home, we just give you suggestions, only if they're needed. A lot of times they're not needed, but sometimes they're, seeing from a different view does help. And it's the lighting and it's the organization of your items throughout the house. If you look at this slides here, we kind of look at it and it's amazing that some people don't realize, like if you just create an inviting space when you walk through, the people that were in this house, they actually just had things. They were using it as a pathway. They never thought to create an area to be so inviting as on the right-hand side. And that's usable space, and it's very inviting. We do recommend that you remove your personal photos so a visitor coming in can envision their own pictures there and their own lifestyle there. We will talk about professional photography and video and why we choose to use that. When we're going through this, 92%, and I'm sure people on the webinar here have actually browsed online and looked and started to search and thought like their dreams of where they do want to go, or what would it be like to live in another area. So that same way, we want to be able to capture your home in the best light. And when you are looking through it, we don't want the people to just slide right and then dismiss the house. We want them to slide it and say they want to view it. So if you could see with this particular house that we have, showing a little bit, I happened to listed that a week ago, and we were able to facilitate and help this older gentleman to be able to do the entire clean out of the house. We coordinated to get the people to remove the carpets. They also came to us and we're talking, should they remove wallpaper and paint all of the house? At which point I knew that those choices would not exceed and would not give them more value in the purchase price of the house. So we did advise them not to do the painting because the buyers coming in would want to do their own. We were able to have multiple showings, and within 3 days had a full, over asking price, and they can accomplish their dreams now of, not having to worry about having that house to sell anymore, having that house overhead. And it will dictate how quickly a house sells, and good photography and video has a positive emotion associated with the home.
So those first impressions are so essential. And as the journey continues, the buyer now has said they want to come preview the home, and they drive up to the curb. What type of impression is your home making? And that's something that you want to think about. You want it to be inviting, and you want it to be that already the buyer, they started envisioning themselves when they saw it on the internet. They're now envisioning themselves walking home and into it after a day of work. And they now would walk into the home. And so interiors should be bright and inviting. And as we, buyers want to envision living in the home. So these are just some of the points of things that you want to think about as you do look at your home and step back and look at it a little more objectively. Today and going forward, what are the things that need to get done so that they're best foot forward when a potential buyer is coming in, and that you've decided that, yes, I do want to sell my house. So it may involve cleaning or a fresh coat of paint, shampooing carpets or scrubbing floors, cleaning all the bedrooms and all the different light fixtures and fans. Attention to detail is very important when you're looking at your home with a whole new light of scrutiny. Cleaning out and organizing cabinets and closets. If there are repairs that need to be done, take care of them. If you know that they need to get done, we recommend that you take care of them before the house is going on the market so they don't come up. If they're little things, they won't come up during the home inspection and they're just done. And removing extra, whether it's wall hangings, paintings, furniture, knickknacks. Again, you want the buyer, as you go from this being your home to now thinking of it as your house to ultimately thinking as your property, you're turning over so that the buyer, as they go through the house, feels like, how would it envision for my family to live in this home? And you're giving them that opportunity by having your home in the best light.
And now we're going to be talking a little bit more about this internet marketing and how we do it. And I do want to make sure you understand what we really like is accurate photos of the house. We don't want a buyer disappointed, and we want to be able to capture the essence of the home. It happens to be so vital because, like we talked about before, most people just go on and dream about their online, whether they're going to buy or they're not going to buy. They just happen to like to see the other areas of the country, other areas of the world, and envision what it might be like. We make sure that your property is online and highlighted the best way it possibly can. We do use more than 350 of the most popular websites. We named a few on the right-hand side there, just so you know, a sampling of them, but there are so many numerous ones that we couldn't put them all down. And we want to make sure that they are highlighted to get you, again, the highest dollar, best terms, shortest amount of time. So we all, again, here deep dive a little bit more about this social media and how we use Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, numerous different types of marketing, so we're able to meet all the different generations and all the different avenues of being able to find those hidden buyers. We want to create an excitement about your home. We do send out invitations to open houses and why we choose to use open houses, but people will be calling on your home 24/7, and we get those notifications and we address them. And we go with your schedule in mind on how we do show the house when it's convenient for you. When we talk here about the postcards and the mailings, it's always great that we like to send out the just listed cards, because your neighbor might have a cousin or a child that you're not even aware that wants to come into the area. And we do use digital and print because there are good reason for both sets, and we've had proven results with both type, digital and print. Print is slowly going away, but I don't think it'll ever officially go away. But it's just another step in our marketing plan on how we try to expose your house to the most buyers. When we talk here about the open houses and how we try to extend our market reach, we want the most traffic through your house to build and yield you the best and highest offers. There's a lot of things that go into an offer, and we're able to negotiate that with the other side who's looking, but make sure you understand it is still your decision on how things go. We want to invite, for the broker opens here, we want to invite all agents in from our MLS to attend the broker open, showcase your home to them, because my job is like twofold. I sell it to the realtors so they can also sell it to the clients, the buyer clients that they're working with. Plus, I'm selling it to the general public to make sure that they know that your home is available. I am a firm believer in open houses. It's actually specific dates and times that people work, we work with your schedule on when we host them, but it does give more traffic through that time slot. So hopefully it sets a little less inconvenience to you to be out of the house while we are trying to do showings. If people can come to the open house timelines, then it's a less disruptive for you, for your schedule. We do beyond the basics. We make sure we put the sign in. Yes, that's always great. We don't want to have a hidden listing. We do put it with the balloons and send out the riders and give everybody directions on how they can find it. We send out email invites and post it on the various websites. And we do invite your neighbors, as for the reasons that we've already previously stated. And it does help in the long run as far as getting the traffic through your house.
Okay, so it's now time to talk about pricing. And as Arlene just talked to you about marketing, want to note that 80% of marketing, and all the marketing is extremely important, 80% is actually the price that ultimately you choose to list your home at, because that is a big deciding factor as to whether a buyer is going to be, and a realtor is going to be able to and interested in seeing the home. So I want to just pause here, and this cartoon to me, I think is something that we can all relate to. We chose our homes and have lived in our homes for how many years, and they are special to us. So we have a very subjective point of view of how much we think we can get for our home. And obviously, we have to look at the objective side of things and look at it so we understand how the market will help us determine what the right value is. So, on here, what I want to talk about, and I want to point us to the pricing misconceptions first. So these are all the things that we can't factor in when we look to give you a price range of where your home could sit based on the competition. So we don't take into consideration what you paid, what you need. We all have a number that we'd love to get, but it doesn't mean it's a number we're going to get, and we'll have those conversations. What you want, again, it's a number we all have. I'd love $1 million for my house. I know that's never going to happen. That's not the price range of my house. So having to be realistic, and we talk those things through. What your neighbor says, believe me, have you ever had people over in your house and they'll say to you, oh, I think that, you can get X for that. That's not what we're going to base it on. We have to base it on objectivity. You may be interviewing multiple agents to talk about putting your home on the market, and you have to be careful of what an agent says. Most of us will come in with similar price ranges. There are sometimes agents, though, what they're doing is it's called buying the listing. So they're letting you put the house up for sale at a very high price, and that allows them to use it as a marketing vehicle versus ultimately it truly being that you're priced with the market and being able to sell your home on a timely basis. And lastly, it's not, we can't factor in the cost to rebuild today. So all those are all the things that we can't do. But what we can do is, so first of all, what we do for you is we run competitive market analysis. So we're looking at what is on the market today, the actives, what have homes sold for, what's under contract, what are the price ranges, and what's expired. And that helps us to start giving you some very concrete information. The market really determines value. The value of your property is what a buyer is willing to pay and what you as the seller is willing to accept in today's market. And the third very important piece is the appraisal. So we can have a house that we've listed for $500,000. You've accepted an offer for $490,000, and the appraisal comes in at $480,000. Well, you have to understand that the appraisal is what the buyer gets their mortgage off of. So we have to take that very seriously into consideration. And buyers, just as we're providing you with comps to help you come up with competitive marketing analysis so that you can see how to price your home, buyers and their buyer's agents are doing the same thing. They're comparing your property to other properties sold in the area and also other properties that are on the market. And it's all about features and benefits, right? We all want to make sure that we're getting the most for our money. And also days on market. When a home is on, when it first comes on the market, that's the sweetest spot of having people come in to view your home. Days on market and aging of a home on market ends up having a negative factor. And our goal is for that not to happen. So
can I just add a little thing to that? We do not set the market. What we do is we use the facts and we interpret the market with you and show you exactly, and then we come up with a price together with you in mind looking for it from the comps that are available out there. And the price is set, we'll give you a range and then the price is set. And Kathy's going to go further into about the pricing aspects.
So there is a strategy. There really are 3 ways that you can go about pricing your home. And I'd like the pyramid that you see on the right-hand side on the screen because I think it's a really great illustration of the pricing at market value, or pricing slightly below market value. So when you go to the top here and you can see that anything that is above market value, 10% or greater, what that creates, and this is the smallest part of the pyramid. So potentially what you're doing is you're taking the strategy that says that I'm a needle in a haystack, and that means that you're pricing higher than what the market is bearing. And so this could result in fewer showings, no offers, and ideally within a few weeks, and certainly within the month of being on the market, you would actually have to take a price improvement. So that's pricing high. It's giving you the smallest exposure to the buyers that are out there. Now, pricing at market value puts you right in the competition, and that's a really great place to be. That really is considered the selling zone or the sweet spot, and that really is the place where you are part of the competition. And the big thing that you as a seller, and we would have these conversations with you, is how do you want to stand above and beyond the competition? And so if you are in that price range of the competition, do you have more features and benefits that make you the most desirable? Are you the front of the line as far as what buyers want to go see? Are you in the back of the line? And we would have those conversations of how to position your home if you want to be at market value. Now, there is the last part of the strategy is pricing slightly below market. And what that does is, you can see that's really the base of our pyramid, and that's going slightly below. We're not talking about a lot. That actually generates the most activity from agents and buyers, because obviously, again, it kind of reinforces, how much am I getting? I'm getting a lot for my money. And it also has the potential to create a multiple offer situation. Our role as real estate consultants are really to take you through in detail for your specific situation, and then be able to determine with you what strategy is right for you. And you are the one who really decides what right strategy that we will employ on pricing your home. So pricing it right is really important. To compete, you want to be competitive. Pricing your home right the first time is key. It's critical. An overpriced home, as we've said, can sit on the market. And when it sits on the market too long, length of on market can be a detriment. Our goal is to help you and to get you to a place so that we are generating offers within the first 30 days of being on market, and get you through the negotiations and get you to the closing table. And we are here to be able to guide you and for your individual situation and your individual goals. So how can we help you achieve your goals today? And Sharon, if we want to take a moment again, if anyone wants to write in, we're happy to hear, and then we can go to questions and answers.
Sure. So you want them to put in what they're looking to do, or what?
Yeah, if they have a point of view at this point, we're happy to have. So, here's the deal. The people that are with us today, and again, we appreciate it so much, you may be at a very early stage of deciding about selling your home. And we are here, whether you've made that decision already and would like to meet with us for a consultation, and this is a complimentary consultation, or if they're looking to be able to think it through. We are certainly there to help and take this to the next level of a conversation of all the different things they'd want to consider for their individual house and their individual goal.
Okay.
And they can consider us consultants with them, and be a consultant in as far as what might make sense for them to do these things now, so when they are ready, they'll all be lined up, and actually start them out on knowing their local market and what the absorption rate is in their particular town and area. So we would be happy to help anybody with that. And just basically, what is their timeline? What are they looking to achieve, and when?
Okay. So if you want to write in what you're looking to do, and also you can start putting questions in, because we're getting close to the end of the time. But
Exactly.
but I just, you can start typing them in now if you have anything. I have a question I would like to ask, if
Of
it's
course.
okay. So you're saying pricing. I have a question about pricing your home, and you say, pricing it where the competition, or above or below. What do you both think about the Zestimate if you go onto Zillow or something? What is that usually as far as pricing your home? Where do you feel that usually falls?
You know what? I absolutely love that question.
Thank you.
Very, very honestly, everybody goes by the Zestimate that's out there.
Mhm.
I do want people to understand, a lot of time that information is not accurate. Sometimes I've seen it where it's a lot higher, and then other times I've seen it where it's a lot lower. There are various sources that can be pulled to get an actual range of where your home should be. We do have various tools that we use and are able to send you market snapshots of your particular home. There's Zestimate that is out there. I do know of a recent court case where somebody's suing them because of the amounts that are on it. It is quite interesting because they have information, but they don't always have all the information, and they don't have the particulars of the home. And unfortunately, it's not as accurate as it could be. Please consult a local realtor. Please consult somebody that, we would be able to help you in your local market. Okay, and that's why we're so happy to choose KW in all of the culture that we have. It's very interesting because don't share, like, if you really have to find the stories on Keller Williams and what services we offer. But it's really great. We'd be happy to share that at a later time. Anybody reach out to us, or emails, phone, anything is right there for you. And I hope that answers that question
Yeah.
of the zest.
Thank you. And here's another question. This person is early in the selling/retiring stage. So great that you came to this webinar. Thinks she's about 2 to 3 years from selling, and she's concerned the market might be a little weaker then. So I don't know if you can. I know you can't see in a crystal ball, but what are you thinking
Oh,
about?
that was my line. That was my line. That's exactly what I thought. Like, I don't have a crystal ball for the future. My only thought on that is 2 to 3 years out, we really don't know where the interest rates would be for a buyer's affordability index. And we do go over all of that, but you do have to make your plan of what's best for you. So we would be happy to talk to you now. I do recommend to all of my clients, when they are just starting out, is to actually start the process of what tweaks do you want to do to the house, or clean outs do you want to start to the house. I know when I was going to sell my house personally, I actually started a year and a half early with, okay, it's time to clean out the attic. And then I worked my way down all the different levels of the house. So when it was time, it was all decluttered and it was streamlined to be able to get the best foot forward.
Okay. You know what? This next question actually segues perfectly. This person has a lot of cleaning and purging before she can think of selling, but she's going to be getting to that immediately, she said. But she wanted to get an idea of the next steps. So once you're cleaning, what the next step, she thinks she's going to be moving before next year. So I'm thinking in 2020 to 2021, she's getting ready to list.
That's great, and it's a perfect time for it to reach out to us, and we could talk to her about that cleaning and decluttering. And I know for myself, it was easier for me to donate to a veterans organization that we have affiliated ourselves with, to be able to repurpose some of the furniture that I was not going to be using, and for a vet to be able to take advantage of that. It always felt better than when we see it go into a dumpster and then our landfills. So we do have a lot of programs and vendor lists if they do need any help, and some secrets on how to actually streamline and know that where you can get it located. You know, it's a simple one that, I'll tell you about is different color masking tape. And then it means you put the boxes with that color masking tape, just designate which room they're going to go to the next time you want to unpack them, or have a, good system of knowing what's in the boxes that you are saving and why you're saving them. Or if you're having, in the decluttering process, you have an area that you are donating, throwing out, and keeping. So if you're a year out, I think it's a fabulous time to start our conversation, and then getting you used to the market as it is now and what we foresee the trend to be in the future, because we do price a home with the sellers for the trend of the market, to know future trends.
Okay.
The other thing that we can help out with is by looking, if previewing the home with the seller, it gives us the opportunity to give you some feedback, and we can suggest either no cost or low cost things that might make a difference in your home, that will actually help in terms of making your home more saleable. Also, depending upon what it is, it may impact the price. So there's different things that we can do. And I agree with Arlene, a year out is a terrific time to really assess where you are and where you want to be.
Okay. This person actually has donated to Pick Up Please, but I have another question that's very financially, very interesting question. So get ready. There's been a significant decline in the stock market, over 10% during the past week, due to the coronavirus news. So talk on Wall Street is that there's a strong likelihood the economy will continue to be negatively impacted globally, resulting in the end to the 11-year bull market. This will certainly impact buyers' liquidity for the down payment and ability to buy and potentially lower prices for sellers. The reality is that this could start playing out in the very near future, and they want to know your thoughts on that.
You want me to take this one? I absolutely agree. And that's what I talked about before is the affordability index. And, I heard the crickets talking earlier about bailing out for some of the textile industries because of the fact of a lot of the manufacturing done over in certain areas is, so impacted. Basically, it's a great reason to sell now and be able to go where you need to go and get where you need to go. So if you're worried about having stairs and in 5 years you don't, you just want it to be in a ranch, remember, you're going to buy high, you're going to sell high. You're going to buy low, you're going to sell low. I do know some people who take advantage of, let me sell it now, I'll go into a rental, I'll finish out my couple of years that I'm going to be in one location as a rental and then buy low in somewhere in another state. We've had that situation. There's a lot of individual conversation that we can have regarding this, but I do worry about the future. But year over year, the real estate market has always been a wise investment, and the stock market, unfortunately, with thousand decline, really can impact the buyers, and it can impact ourselves as far as the market and what they choose, where do you choose to put your investments. A lot of people are buying second homes right now just to have that wealth management of real estate.
Okay.
You
Okay.
got anything?
Thank you. I'm just going to say, because we're getting towards the end, that once again, reiterating, if you do have any specific questions to your situation, whether you're trying to clean out and you need help with that, or whatever you need, here's their contact, Kathi and Arlene, both on the screen. We have been recording this webinar, and we're going to be posting it on our YouTube channel. So I will be emailing everybody later today, if it downloads in time, where it is. And also, if Kathi and Arlene don't mind, I can send out a PDF of this presentation if you are okay with that.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
So I'll send you the PDF and the link to where this is. And once again, if you have anything specific to your own personal situation right now for selling your home, please contact one of these ladies. They'll be happy to help you and give you answers to the questions that you have. So I don't see any more coming in right now, but I want to thank Kathi and Arlene for doing this presentation. And for you who all attended it, I hope you got some good information. I do see people are starting to leave, though, to go to lunch off their lunch hour. So,
yeah, thank you so much, everyone. We really appreciate your time and allowing us to share this information with you.
Thank you, everybody. And we'll see you at our next webinar. And ladies, thank you very much for the presentation.
You're welcome. Great day. Thanks so much.
Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.